Hi, welcome back to my channel Solo Cruising with Heather. I'm so excited that you decided to check out another one of my videos. So in this video I'm actually going to share with you the day I spent in Geiranger. Geiranger is in the Geirangerfjord in Norway, and it's a new UNESCO fjord. Beautiful location. I got up early and I went out on deck to watch the sailing, and it was just amazing. The fjord water is just still and calm, and it's surrounded by cliffs with waterfalls and nature and birds, and yeah, it was just a lovely experience. It was a bit cold though, so you do need a coat when you're out on deck. So we arrived and docked. What's unique about this port is until recently they couldn't accommodate a large cruise ship actually docking. So they used to tender into Geiranger, but I think in the last year Geiranger built a seawalk pier, and so that it was kind of floating on the water, so the pier would come out and be right next to the ship, and so all the ship guests could just walk off and then walk into the village of Geiranger. So that was great. I had decided to do an organised excursion through the cruise ship, and I really wanted to see some of the surrounding area. There is an amazing waterfall that flows down into Geiranger, which you'll see later on in the video. But this excursion just blew my mind, and hopefully it will blow your mind as well when you see the video. Definitely, if you get the chance to visit Norway, you must make sure Geiranger is on the itinerary. So you want to see what my day was like? Well, let's get started. Good morning from Geirangerfjord. It's a beautiful morning, a little on the chilly side, so I wrapped up warm, came out on deck to watch the ship as it sailed into Geirangerfjord. Fjords are just beautiful. The water's so lovely and calm and blue and looks very deep. The sun was starting to peek out, and I headed up to the Vibe Beach Club. I had purchased a pass for the Vibe Beach Club, which cost a little extra, but I decided to treat myself as I had booked an inside room. And as you can see, there was hardly anybody there on the beach club, and it does afford you some quietness. So after a light breakfast, I headed out, walking along the Seawalk Pier that took me into town, and that's where I met my excursion bus. We hopped on the bus and we headed up to Dalsnibba mountain. We did stop for one photo op along the way, and then it was about a 45-minute drive up the mountain. As you can see, the views were quite incredible. I apologise for the reflection off the window on the bus, but the road up was very enjoyable to drive up. Short stop we had on the way up the mountain, just so that we could enjoy these amazing views of the ship docked in Geirangerfjord harbour. We spent about 15 minutes here, and then we continued our journey up into the mountain region, and we saw the scenery change from green fields to snow-capped mountains in a matter of minutes. Once we reached the top of the mountain, we had these amazing, breathtaking views that looked down into Geirangerfjord. If you look very carefully, you can see the ship right down at the bottom there. It was a little bracing with the wind, but it was just lovely to be up there. I have to just break the video here to tell you about the journey up to the top of the mountain. And so I was sitting near the front of the coach. I was just one seat back from the front. And the road up is one of those zigzaggy snake passes that just wraps around and wraps around and wraps around. And then you have like sheer drops on the side. And two people who were sat on their front seats were so terrified by this journey. They just kept covering their eyes and weren't looking at the beautiful scenery. And I was like so disappointed, because I would have loved to have been on that front seat to have experienced this scenery as we were going up. And so we travelled from lush green fields and trees and bushes and flowers, and then we ended up on top of the ice-capped mountain. So as you can see, it was just, oh God, such amazing views. But the journey down was just as terrifying. It was like being on a slow roller coaster, really, but I enjoyed every moment of it. So if you are afraid of heights, and if those kind of situations make you nervous, I would suggest that you maybe sit towards the back of the bus and not on a seat by the window, because it is going to scare you. So heading down from the mountain, we stopped at the Norwegian Fjord Centre, which was a great resource to learn about how the fjords were created millions and millions of years ago. The tour should have then continued down to the cruise ship, but I chose to stay at the Fjord Centre because you could just start then to walk down by the waterfall, which I did, and as you can see, it was quite spectacular. You don't have to actually book a tour if you go to Geirangerfjord. You could just spend the day here just exploring the waterfalls. There's an old church right at the top, which was supposed to be lovely, and many people just choose to do kayak excursions. So there's lots of choices for you to do things on your own without spending money on a ship's excursion tour. There's also a hop-on, hop-off bus that runs around the village and will take you to some key spots, so you can consider doing that as well. So thanks for staying to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed those beautiful views of Geiranger. One thing to note, that there's another town in Geirangerfjord called Heliset. So if you're looking at a cruise itinerary and you see Heliset, that cruise is also going into Geirangerfjord, and you could probably actually take an excursion from Heliset to Geiranger and experience the excursion that I experienced. So I just thought I would give you that tip. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. I appreciate your time. If you enjoyed it, please give me the thumbs up, and look forward to the next one. Bye.